Basically, I know this is all, no, it's not really like a old set, but it is a old set. Basically, this is just a temporary review. Well, I'll just add it to the list of growing reviews from previous sets. This is just a review of Fenrakk and Vezon or whatever their names are. Yeah, until I can get the Matsunui set. This review was requested by a couple of other um, members who watch my reviews, if I remember, quite a few months back. If you remember in the previous update number 3, I asked if whatever sets you guys wanted to review, whatever let me rephrase that, whatever sets you wanted me to review, then I was planning to do them. So, Kopaka for Life wanted me to review this set along with a few others. So I thought, let me just get this over and done with, because people just keep hassling me to review sets and stuff like that. It's a bit, as you can see, this set's a bit dusty. It's just been sitting in my room collecting dust like the rest of my collection is. So yeah, I won't be taking this this set apart. It'll take too long to build. So yeah, I'll start off a bit about the story. From what I can remember, I think this is a 2005 or it might be 2006 set. All I know, this set came out around the Praka saga, when the Praka envoy knew. And yeah, I think he was set by someone to look for the Mask of Life, and then I think he found it and it got fused in his head or something. But then I don't know what happened. I don't know the full story, because then I never really kept track on it. But something happened. You guys can just post in the whatever happened to him. All I know is he was set to look for the Mask of Life, and I think he finds out something, and something gets fused here, or it's not actually the Mask of Life or something else. So it might be. I don't know what the fuck it is, man. I've only bought this set because I thought it was a pretty awesome set, and that you can build Curtis the dragon out of this, and Axon and Brotaka, the other two really good titans that were released alongside this guy here. So the parts are pretty basic from what you can see. I have to refrain myself from referring to the new parts because this is like old school now. The parts were quite interesting, like when these were first released, like this new dragon or this monster type helmet head thing here. This is quite a sick feature. They started using these quite a lot now. Even in the new 2009 sets, I've noticed they've used this on one of the dragon, I don't know what it is, some dragon form. These are from Devaki, the hunters from Metronui, the Takanuvas thing. These pieces sometimes come off randomly, so you have to sort this shit out yourself. The chain, this was from the Toy Nika, I remember this one. These are all, this is just a Paraka thing here. I think the light even still might even work. No, I think the battery's dead now. Oh no, wait, it still lives. He lives. Yeah, his light fucking works. And yeah, so most of these pieces are old, so I can't really comment much on these old pieces. But yeah, overall I think the set is quite a pretty decent set, as you can see from like how it's built. Let's fucking just wait, let me take this from here. If I take off this guy here, then we can have a good look at the dude himself. I'll quickly talk about this guy. This is just a basic toned down Paraka, if you ask me. There wasn't no rubber spine that connects on with him or anything like that. Instead he had this mask, two masks, one here, one there. Had the staff and a torn cape. So yeah, I think this is the first time that at that time they started releasing like material with the Bionicles. Don't think they have released anything in the past from what I recall. and the creature itself is quite pretty cool itself. It's not actually that big, but it's a pretty decent set, I thought. Maybe if they had made the same leg design up front at the back as well, I think then it would have been truly a decent set. I don't know why they just wanted two really decent looking legs up front, and then they just, you know, thought fuck the back and just put some shitty little leg system at the back. These are not all that. These don't do much, as you can see. They're quite hard to like pose and stuff. Unlike the front ones, you can do quite a lot. It's got the piston connected. This is quite a neat feature they've started using in most of the sets. So yeah, that was pretty decent. At the back, yeah, I think they just, as you can see, they worked quite a lot in the front, but when they started going towards the back, they're probably thinking, what the hell we're doing? I think they just ran out of ideas, or I don't know what were they thinking. Because it seems they've worked really hard on the front, make the front look epic and shit, but when you get to the back, it looks quite plain. It's like, you know, they couldn't bother to finish the setup, so they thought, you know, let's fuck this guy and just leave him how he is. I think they just probably thought, you know, since that other guy's be sitting on top and it, riding him, you know, there's no point having any other stuff going on at the back. Even though I think we should be like, you know, we pay so much for these sets, you know, we should get our money worth. So, you know, it would have been a bit nice to have these two same legs back here, something going on at the back, a bit more, you know, pieces, something to, I don't know, some type of mechanism, I don't know, just something to make it look nice, not plain, just like, you know, just stuck two little, what's the Fenrakk and the Hodiki legs on, and just finish it off. Nah. But yeah, that's Lego for you then. Let's get this guy back. Overall, even though like it does have its bad points and stuff, the set is not actually that bad. The set is pretty decent. It's not actually like the worst set that's come out. It is like a really good set. I actually liked it. I actually like all the Titans that came out with this. The Brutaka and Axon. I think Axon was my favourite Titan. This shithead doesn't want to connect on now. I'll just leave it like that. So yeah, there's not much to comment on now. This is like I've talked about most of the pieces are pretty simple, just a mixture of technique and new, not the new like just the new pieces at that time. Not really no mechanism stuff going on here. I don't know. They just stopped doing the mechanism stuff for some reason. Even though it was interesting to see new mechanisms and used in new like in interesting ways. I think they still use them in some sets, but I don't know. Like in the starting of 2001, the mechanism was like the new thing. It's really interesting to see stuff move and stuff. But it was like interesting how they done it and how they made like simple, like a leg move or something firing or something, all the like, little cogs and stuff working. So I don't know why Lego chose to forget the mechanism and just stick with just normal piston works, and you know, maybe there could have been some type of mechanism to make his mouth move or something. I don't know, just like something interesting to like spice up this set a bit. But overall, I think this was a decent set. Definitely worth getting if you still don't own it for your collection. But if you do plan to get this set, I would recommend you get Axon and Brutaka as well with this, so you can build what's his name, Curtis the Dragon. I still need to upload the I don't think I'll be uploading the instructions because I have like a CD of all the instructions from 2001 to 2008. But if what I'll do is people who request the instructions, I'll just send them to your email, so it'll be easier like that. That way I won't need to like upload lots of random instructions. It'll be easier if I just email the certain instruction pieces in the manual to the emails to the people who've asked for whatever. So yeah, I think this I'm gonna wrap this review up, as I've talked most about the good, the bad points of the set. There's nothing else much to add to this set. Pretty decent set. I'll probably give this 9 out of 9 out of 10. Yeah, let's give this a 9 out of 10. The only reason I didn't give it 10 out of 10 because of the back, as I explained before, the legs and the back just looked empty. But as you can see from like now, like the front looks really interesting, so you're like focus on the front and you don't really concentrate on the back. I think that's what the Lego might have been like trying to do when they were building the set. But I don't know. Doesn't look really interesting from the back. It's all about the front. So yeah. I think I'll wrap this review up for now. Not much else to comment. So yeah, I'll probably upload another review in the meantime until I can get hold of that Matanu set now. The race is on for Matanu, boys and girls. The race is on. Alright then, I'll catch you guys in the next review.